those. All right. Welcome to Chef's Take. I'm your host, Michael
Welcome,
Zavalaris, along with
Matt Velez.
today is what is today? November 1st,
Birthday November.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't tell you the last time we actually were on Zoom for this stuff.
Yeah, I want to say draft day, NFL draft day,
Yeah,
maybe?
it had to be
Wow.
draft day. So we're talking late
Wow.
April. Oh my God.
That was if you see me looking at my TV, I'm actually watching game four of Diamondbacks Rangers. Texas is up 1-0, bottom of the seventh with two outs. Chapman's in. So we know how Chapman can be
Yeah.
with a lead of 1-0 or 20-0.
Oh
Looks
yeah.
like looks like Boshi's gonna take him out, but hey, well, let's get into our topics today, man.
Yeah, so obviously, like you said, we got baseball, we got the World Series, and since this is Philly, we got the Phillies, fortunately, and then we got the NFL.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'll keep it short because I'm still upset about it. The Phillies up 2-0, up 3-2, and then we blow that game seven. Not the easiest pill to swallow when it comes to the season. It's just a disappointing year for them. And all I can say is I hope they rebound next year. It was just one of those years. Castellanos, Turner, and Harper, embarrassing stats come game six and
Mhm.
seven, but hopefully they can turn it around next year and have a chance to win it all.
Yeah, I have so many things to say about it, but I want to keep it light because it is painful to think about. It did remind me of the World Series a little bit of last year. We were like 6-0 at home in the playoffs, and then we lose our last two in Citizens Bank Park, which got us eliminated. And on top of that, bats were like kind of cold throughout that series too. Like a few people
Definitely
disappeared.
after the no hitter, it was just I mean, from there, not only
It was just
was
straight downhill.
I mean, you could see it on everyone's faces. I mean, just our bats, our team, the mentality. I mean, if you could no hit in the World Series, and that was the second time we got no hit in that season. We got no hit against the Mets uh, earlier that year. So I mean, just to do that is wow, wow. It was, it's bad. It's bad. No, not much Philadelphia luck in terms of sports for any sport out there. Eagles, Phillies,
Nope.
Sixers. So
Nope.
it's just we're in an endless cycle, but we're along for the ride every year, no matter even if we know how it's going to end.
Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, let's talk about the World Series. So Garcia is out for the he's out for the rest of the World Series. He has like an oblique injury, I heard. And you know how I felt about Garcia because he was like lighting it up in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 22 RBIs and most in postseason history, that is insane. And you could see it. I mean, he was hitting so many pimp shot home runs. It was
Yeah.
nasty. I mean, he was on fire. I mean, and you can see the Rangers all year had been on fire. They had that tough AL race with the Astros, and you
Mhm.
knew that series was coming in the LCS. And I mean, it's shocked me when they beat Baltimore and swept them. I think they
Yeah, I think
swept Baltimore,
Baltimore got swept.
and Baltimore was a heavy favorite. They haven't been the best ball club in years, and they come back to the postseason. And then, it's almost like they don't know how to act when they're in the postseason. But the Rangers surprised me. They're in the World Series, up 3-1 right now.
Yeah.
And I think they might put it away tonight. The way this game is going, it's 1-0, bottom seven. At this point, one run will win the game. But
Mhm.
they've been dominant all postseason. I mean, you can see the way they have it. They have been in the postseason. You look at their away record; they are undefeated away.
Really?
Or I think they lost yesterday. Or
Either way, that's great.
oh no, I'm sorry, they are undefeated away, and it's definitely a funny stat that I laugh at because if you look at the ALCS, they won their first two games in
Mhm.
Houston. They lost three in at home,
Yeah,
and they won
yeah.
two at Houston.
Yeah, I remember they were saying like not the home team never won in that series or something like that.
Right. And it's shocking because you think, oh, well, we're home, we have a better chance, but that's not what it seemed like for the
No,
Rangers. It seems like
yeah.
they want to play baseball away. They want to get away from home.
Oh
And
yeah.
from here, we're going to the top of the eighth, still 1-0, and the Rangers have been dominant. Even though they took the Astros to seven, they've been dominant. They left a marker on game seven. I think they had 11 runs in
Oh
a
yeah.
game seven, so that's not something you see often. And Adolis Garcia, I mean, Superman the whole postseason. So it's going to
Yeah,
be awesome to see what the Rangers have in store of their future.
yeah, Garcia was making great plays on defense too. I saw the throw out. What was it yesterday? He made that throw out
Yeah,
from the outfield.
it was insane. He catches pop flies and tough balls like they're nothing.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
he extends his arm all the way up in the air like it's nothing. Like he's like, all right, I do this in practice and I'll do it in the World Series, whether if it's a regular season game or it's game seven. He's doing it casually. It kind of reminds me of Randy Arozarena in the World Baseball
Mhm.
Classic. It's lights out on defense. It's gonna be exciting to
Yeah,
see what he has when he comes back next year.
yeah. Who'd you have winning the series and how many games?
I had Rangers winning in five or six, only because I am biased. I don't want the Diamondbacks to win, but I did have the Rangers winning in either five or six. I didn't have the series going to seven. I just
Yeah.
think that the Phillies choked so hard. Diamondbacks were kind of shining,
Mhm.
and they didn't intimidate me at all. But the Phillies just played really bad baseball. We managed really bad, and we handed
Yeah,
them the series. And I think that
yeah,
if the Diamondbacks do lose today, it definitely reflects like, hey, look, you were down 0-2 against the Phillies. We put in Kimbrel way too much for comfort, and it resulted in this. And I think that the Diamondbacks, in retrospect, 84 win team, they kind of had the run we had last year. But looking at their roster, they've got a few good people, but I don't think
yeah.
it's enough to win at all. And I think
Mhm.
I think it's showing today. If they lose today, then it'll show. If not, and
Oh
they
yeah.
take them to six games, that'd be great. But
Yeah, I had the Texan. I keep saying Texans. I had the Rangers and going in 6 games, but I thought it'd be a pretty good series to watch. And obviously, it's looking pretty one-sided right now.
yeah, I think it's funny because game one of the World Series was the least watched game one ever.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
That is, I mean, when you look at these two teams, Rangers, you can see that. Diamondbacks, I'm sure nobody saw that coming in their playoff bracket. It's an unexpected matchup, but
Yeah,
it makes me laugh because when you look at these two teams, you think you're playing MLB The Show 23, and these two teams just load
mm,
up in franchise mode and they're just
yeah.
playing. It's one of those matchups for
One of
sure.
those. It's one of those random matchups.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Even though they did beat us, I just want to say Guido Marte's a dog, and I will. Even though he, you know, I shouldn't say single-handedly, but even though he put a number on us, I will respect his game. He's a dog.
yeah. I think that I would give a little more credit to Corbin Carroll simply
Yeah,
because hey, I mean, you want to talk about a game seven? Marte did not come through in game seven. I think he was, to my recollection, he had four at bats. I think three of them were strikeouts. But
yeah.
Corbin Carroll was 3 for 4. I mean,
He carried.
he was on fire. He was carrying the team. Phillies just forgot how to play baseball. Our The heart of our lineup couldn't hit a beach ball. So it was just one of those
No.
things where you can't get it done. But I would give it to Corbin Carroll and Marte as well because he played really good at home. So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, yeah. He's a dog. So yeah, that's it's potential. You said what? They're up 3-1 right now?
Yeah,
Let
3-1,
me
just top
see.
of the eighth now, one out, 2-1 count.
Okay. So yeah, it's possible that the season can end today in like an hour or so. But like all it takes is one swing, and we saw
Right.
that unfortunately. Anyway,
We did,
um,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, let me get out of that subject. So, you know, this channel mostly we focus on football. So let's get into football. How
Let's
about
dive
those
in.
trades? How about those trades?
Wow. So I mean, a lot of trades in the NFL the past day. And when you want to talk about football, the first thing that comes to mind to me, right off the bat, is Devontae Adams. He is so frustrated. Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, this is no personal podcast. He's
Yeah,
trash. I mean, he's
yeah.
horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like it is so bad. I personally, for those who play fantasy football, I had Devontae Adams. It was a struggle watching Jimmy Garoppolo trying to connect with Devontae Adams. I remember it was the fourth quarter. He had him for at least 50 yards, and he was wide open. Nobody around him for at least 5 yards, and he overthrew him, and I turned the game off, and I lost my matchup in fantasy. I was really
Yeah.
upset, but I mean, you look at the Raiders. I mean, they fired their head coach too. Jimmy
They
Garoppolo
fired
did get
everyone.
benched.
Yeah, they did. They made a lot of changes. Jimmy Garoppolo gets
They're
benched. McDaniels gets fired. Their offensive coordinator gets fired. Their GM gets fired. It's like a whole new, fresh start, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, if that's what it takes, and Mikey knows how I feel about Derek Carr and you know being able to move on from Derek Carr is definitely a it's a fresh start. I mean,
Oh yeah.
but Jimmy Garoppolo is no better, if not worse, and it goes to show a lot. And Derek Carr, I don't think was ever the answer for Las Vegas. Never was. He sucks. He's trash, and he's just not a good. He's just not a good quarterback. And for the Raiders, this is a good start. And
Yeah.
aside from the Raiders, how about the 49ers? Oh my
Woo.
goodness, nasty. Their D line is disgusting.
Yeah, Chase Young reunites with Nick Bosa from OSU. OSU's back.
OSU, yeah, that is wow. I mean, not better than the Eagles D line,
No, no, not at
but
all.
it's a good D line.
It's yeah, it's a great D line.
Oh,
But our yeah, go ahead.
it's a phenomenal D line, and I'm really excited when we match up in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, me too. Now, honestly, with the way like before the season, we all looked at the Eagles' schedule, like especially that tough stretch after the bye week. We have the Cowboys, then we have the Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys, like Seahawks, all of that stuff. And we're looking like, okay, that's going to be a really tough stretch. But with the way these past few weeks have been looking, I'm feeling a little better about how these matchups are looking because we haven't been playing our best football and we're 7-1, best record in the league. And then you're looking at the 49ers, who are going to be our biggest threat in the East, along with the Cowboys. And the Niners have lost three straight. The
Hmm.
Cowboys have been up and down. The Chiefs have been struggling too. The Bills are the Bills. And like they've been looking a little reckless too. Like every game that
Yeah, I
should
feel like
be
it's
like,
every year too.
yeah, like I'm feeling better about how our upcoming schedule is looking. Like I can see us going like 4-2 minimum, honestly.
I could definitely see that, and I think that for the Eagles, there's so much football left to be played,
Yeah.
and even though we have the best record in the league, it does not look that way at all.
No.
I mean, if you watch our highlights and you tell me that team is 7-1, I'm saying you're lying. I mean, we saw it.
Yeah.
I remember in the first three games, the offense was so one dimensional, always running QB draws, always using
Oh
Hurts,
yeah.
always rolling out. And eventually the defense saw that so much. But since we have so many role players on our team, we were just able to score. And I think, in a sense, that as an Eagles fan, I'm glad that we lost to the Jets because that was a wake up call. Hurts
Yeah.
debatably had the worst game of his career, unless it was New York in 2021. But
That that
it
was that
was
was a,
just
that was a horrible game.
yeah, it was three interceptions there, three interceptions here. And maybe he can't play in New York, who knows? But
Nope.
it was just one of those games where really struggled, could not get it done. And this team has a lot of potential,
Oh yeah.
and we'll see how it goes. I mean, new pickup, Kevin Byard, safety from the Texans, veteran safety. Really excited about that pickup. And who would have thought Julio Jones is on the Eagles now? And he caught his first touchdown as an Eagle just this past week against a close one
Yeah.
against the Commanders. And wow, that was. It seems like the for a 7-1 team, it seems like the pieces are slowly coming together.
Oh yeah. They said it at the beginning of the year too, like the first two, 3 games of the season. They were always saying we're still trying to find our identity. Like they did not, they made that very obvious. And we talked about Brian Johnson's play calling. It's been getting a lot better in these past couple weeks. Like I know we put up 38 points last week, but if it wasn't for those two goal line fumbles, we would be looking at possibly a 50 burger instead of, 38 points.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think when this team plays to its full potential, it's just I think now be along for the ride in the regular season. I mean, I know we're going to make the postseason. Like that's and nothing guaranteed, but the chances are very high. And
Yeah.
I think that they just have to play their best football in the postseason. I mean, last year they made it to the Super Bowl. I mean, they were 3 points away from tying it, 4 points away from winning it all, and
Yeah.
one drive away from a championship back to Broad Street, but they couldn't
Mhm.
get it done. I think this team is going to definitely be hungry. I mean, you see Howie Roseman. I mean, masterclass after masterclass. He's putting all the pieces together. Last year, I
Yeah.
thought we had it all figured out. Nope. Howie goes right back at it and says, I want him, I want him, and I want him. And rumor has it, he's not even finished.
Yeah, that's what I talked about in like a previous video. That's what I liked about Harry Roseman. If there's a problem, he addresses it immediately. Like last
Mhm.
year, after we lost to Washington, we lost because of the run game. I think Brian Robinson had like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Right after the game, that same week, we signed Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph, both run stuffers. And that following week, we played against Jonathan Taylor and we held him to 50 yards rushing, even forced a fumble on him. And this year, um, Avante Maddox goes down with an injury out for the year. We signed Bradley Roby. Roby's been doing good, but then Roby got hurt. And then we picked up another nickel cornerback in Josiah Scott, who was on the team before, and he's actually better this year than he was in his first stint with us. And other things too, Quez gets hurt.
Yep.
Amalde Zaccheaus, he wasn't bad, but he didn't look like he'd be good enough to be our wide receiver 3. So Howie goes and gets Julio Jones out of all people and brings him
Yeah.
to because we're struggling in the red zone. Like last year, we were ranked 6th in the red zone. This year, I don't know what it is now, but I remember a couple of weeks ago, we were ranked 26th in the red zone. And then we signed Julio Jones to the team, who obviously he's not the same player he once was, but still pretty good. And he is still good in the red zone. As you saw in the Washington game, he grabbed his first touchdown as an Eagle. And my favorite thing about it was every single player went up to him as soon as he got the touchdown, which was great to see.
Yeah. I mean, you always see that brotherhood in Philadelphia. I mean,
Yeah,
I at first I was thinking, Julio Jones. What are we what are we doing picking him up? I mean, I'll be the first to admit. I thought he was washed. I mean, in
yeah,
a sense, he was washed, but
right.
he's more than just a player on the field. He's a veteran. He can teach the receivers a lot of things about what he does, and him and AJ Brown, they've got the same build. So to see those two
Yeah,
guys
they
on the
were
field,
teammates too.
it's oh, were they?
Yeah, Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee Titans. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Julio was AJ's mentor.
I forgot all about that. I
Yeah,
forgot all about Julio Jones on the Titans. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how he's not done. He just wants to
oh
bring
yeah,
a lot of championships, and look, every organization wants a championship, but he's just
of
making it
course.
work over and over and over and over again. I thought after we lost last year, I was like, oh man, this team's gonna get worse. In a sense, we
Yeah,
got better.
We did.
We got better. I mean, uh, DeAndre Swift, huge pickup. Julio Jones, I'm liking it. You know, we lost CJ Gardner Johnson. I was like, oh man, like I love CJ. He was an awesome dude. Pick up
Yeah.
Kevin Byard right off the bat. You know, how he's not playing around this year.
Yeah. And speaking of the Titans, like Kevin Byard, another top Titans player we take from the Titans. Like we get AJ Brown last year, and then we get their best offensive player last year, and then now this year we take their best defensive player. And I was talking about it with Kevin Byard. I was really psyched about getting Byard because he reminds me so much of Malcolm Jenkins when he was with us, and I can tell you why. So with if you remember when we signed Jenkins and throughout his whole stay with the Eagles, it was always talked about how he only missed like 2 or 3 snaps since joining the team. Like he was never off the field at all. Kevin Byard has not missed a game in his 8-year career. And on top of that, he is one of the best safeties in the league. He's top four, in my opinion. And he's someone who's a great tackler. You can put him at linebacker, nickel, corner, or safety. And that's what we did with Malcolm. We put him everywhere on the field, and he was able to do it.
Right.
So I was psyched about getting Byard. And on top of that, when we traded for him, we saved a lot of money. We created like almost $1 million in cap space because you know how he is with cap space. He's
Right.
always making moves. So yeah, we signed him, and that was another thing that I was talking about. Um, how he's always on top of our weaknesses. After the like during the Dolphins game, when Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown on the go route, Terrell Edmonds failed to pick up the safety help. And as soon as I saw him, like, oh boy, like tomorrow he's going to be on the phones looking for someone. So like he's on top of everything. And then he shipped him away. He shipped him to Tennessee to get fired. So now the Washington game, our secondary looked horrible.
Yeah.
We made Sam Howell look like Brady in the Super Bowl against us. Like it was that bad. And
Yeah.
believe me, believe me, I know I had the Eagles defense that week. They gave me -3 points because of
Oh
it.
gosh.
I thought I was going to lose that week because of it, but luckily I was able to squeeze a win out thanks to Sam Laporta. Anyway, like our secondary did not look good at all in that game. And then you look at the roster, like it's Terry McLaurin, but Terry McLaurin always did good against the Eagles, and
Yeah.
Washington always gave us a run for our money every single year for like I want to say the past 3 or 4 years. Like they've always been giving us a run for our money. And another thing that people need to remember is that Eric Bieniemy is your offensive coordinator, so he's one of the best play callers in the league. So that's another thing. But I think we're going to be able to get it all together. I think we should be fine. We do have a big test against Dallas, and CeeDee Lamb absolutely went ballistic last week. He had over 150 yards and like I think what I know he scored at least one touchdown. I don't know if he scored multiple, but I know he went off last week. So that's going to be a sight to see this Sunday for obviously game of the week.
Oh yeah. Dallas, baby.
Dallas week.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to watch us play Dallas. Is it here or is it in Dallas?
It's in Philly,
Ooh.
4 o'clock game.
Oh man. I can't
Jalen Carter
wait.
should be healthy too. We should be good.
I can't wait. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're undefeated or we're defeated. Dallas and Eagles every year is always
It's
a
always a good
great
game.
matchup. Around America at that too. I mean, it's not just,
Oh yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
always going to be America's game of the week. I'm excited for that. You know, the Cowboys, they've lived the same narrative for so many years. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they're a good team in the regular season.
They're hit or
Um,
miss.
and they're mostly missed in the postseason. You know, they'll make it past
Oh
the
yeah.
wild card, or they'll have the divisional. Well, they'll never advance. It's been the same narrative forever. I'm not
Oh
complaining at
yeah.
all, you know, of course not. But
Oh yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Be mediocre for all I care.
yeah,
So so yeah, Hurts against Washington. We'll get into the oh boy. we'll get into the actually, well, because we have limited time right now. I think we have what, like 10 minutes.
How much time are
So
we at right now?
we have like 10 minutes left.
Well, how long is the recording running for?
Well, that's the thing. I'm recording it on Zoom, so it's I don't know. And whatever. Two more. So I was going to talk about how Hurts did against Washington, but I want to be very quick with it. He did win Offensive Player of the Week for what he did. Uh, throwing
Nice.
to throwing to Hurts, and he targeted Hurts, and he didn't target Hurts. He targeted AJ and Devontae Smith. He targeted them for a total of 15 times. They caught every single pass, like not a single one was missed,
Wow.
which was great too. And AJ Brown, he breaks Megatron's record. Megatron had 5 straight games with over 125 yards. AJ had 6 now, looking to make it 7 on Sunday. So we had, like I said, we have like 9 minutes left. So you want to do our picks for week 9?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right. So tomorrow we got the Titans and Steelers tomorrow. Steelers are 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Steelers.
So real quick, for those who don't know context, we do week 9 picks. We pick every team we think is going to win, just purely out of guessing every week. So this week is week 9. So Mike, you just said Titans and Steelers. I'm going to go with the Titans. Will Levis had a great game. He was on fire.
He
I know,
was.
you could call it beginner's luck and everything, but he was on
Yeah.
fire.
Oh no, he was.
And I'm gonna put my faith and I'm gonna say the Titans.
See, the reason why I'm picking the Steelers is because they have a significantly better defense than the Falcons. So like that's what's concerning me the most. And on top of that, I'm starting the Pittsburgh defense tomorrow. So I hope they win tomorrow because if the Titans win, it's not going to be a good look for me for fantasy. Anyway, we got a good slate of games. Sunday, 9:30, we got the Germany game, Dolphins and Chiefs.
Oh, that is gonna be an awesome game. Is
It's
that
going to be a
Sunday?
great game. Yes, Sunday, 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be in Germany.
Wow.
Chiefs are 1.5 favorites.
Wow. Chiefs and Dolphins.
And
I'm
Jalen
gonna go with the
Ramsey's back
Chiefs.
too.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because they're not used to taking L's, and they lost for
Mhm.
the first time since 2015 against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I really want to pick the Chiefs because the Dolphins, they have not beat a team with a record over 500. Like the Bills beat them and then we beat them comfortably. And so that's why I really want to pick the Chiefs, but I have to pick the Dolphins. Just on paper, they
Okay,
look a lot better. And
100%.
on top of that, Jalen Ramsey's back. So this is going to be a second week back. So obviously they're going to have him on Kelsey, who's their only offensive threat, in my opinion. So I think it's going to be a really close game and a really good game. But I'm going to go with the Dolphins here.
Okay.
Then we have a battle of the mid. We got the 4-4 Vikings against the 4-4 Falcons.
Um, you've got to go with the Falcons, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm going with
Kirk
the
Cousins
Falcons.
out for the season,
No
and
Justin Jefferson.
yeah, and Taylor Heineke starting QB for the
That's right. That's
Falcons.
right. I forgot about that.
Quick little
Yeah.
game update. We're going to the top of the ninth in
Okay.
Arizona,
Sweet.
one
Sweet.
zero Rangers.
Nice. Next, we have the Cardinals and Browns. I'm going with the Browns. I really don't feel like this is a question.
Give me Cleveland. I mean, wait, we didn't get the waiver wire, did we, for Cleveland's defense?
No, none of us got it. Mike got their defense.
Damn it. Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
I tried to get them too. That's why I
But
decided with Pittsburgh.
no question, I'm going with the Browns.
Oh yeah. Next, we got the Rams and Packers.
And
This is
and
gonna be
real quick, Joshua Dobbs got traded
yeah. He
to the
got traded to
Vikings,
the
right?
To the Vikings. Kyler
Wow.
Kyler Murray might play on Sunday.
I mean, if they're gonna trade Joshua Dobbs like that, they better. I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
because he's been practicing the past 2 weeks. I picked him up because he Hurts is on the bye week next week, and I play you next week.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have Hurts next week, so
Oh, no. Here we go, Tony.
yeah. So yeah, Rams and Packers. Packers are 3-point favorites, but I really want to go with the Rams. I'm gonna go with the
Give
Rams.
me Rams. Yep, give me Rams.
Yeah. Next we got Washington at New England. New England, they're three and a half
Oh, that's
point
a battle of
favorites.
the mid. Oh,
Yeah, that's
no.
another one. I'm going with New England. It's Belichick we're
Give,
talking about.
give
It's
me
close, but
Washington.
it's close. Yeah, give me New England. Next we got next we got the Bears and Saints.
Oh, God.
Give me the
Um,
Saints.
give me the yeah, give me Derek Carr and the Saints. Actually, I'm gonna be a jerk. Give me the Bears because I don't like Derek Carr that much. I dislike him
All right.
that much. Give me the Bears.
Next we got another good game. Seahawks and Ravens. Give me Baltimore.
Seahawks and Ravens. Yeah, give me Baltimore for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, another horrible game. Buccaneers at Texans.
Oh,
Texans are 2.5 point favorites, but I really want to go with Tampa Bay here.
mm, give me Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. Colts at Panthers. Give me the Colts. They're 2.5 point favorites.
Oh yeah, give me the Colts. The Panthers just won their first game last week.
Yeah, they did. And their run defense is horrible. And they have to go against Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor. So
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be a field day. And that sucks because I'm going against Jonathan Taylor this week.
Are you
So
playing James this week?
I am. And he picked up Dak Prescott too, and I really wanted to snatch him so he couldn't pick him up. I
Oh,
wanted to be spiteful. And speaking of Dak, game of the week, Cowboys at Eagles.
come on,
Eagles
baby.
three
Give
point
me the
favorites.
birds.
Yeah,
Give me the
give me the
birds.
birds,
Come on
baby.
now, boy. Give me the birds. Give me the birds.
And to top it off for the 4 o'clock game, the Giants and Raiders.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is like a below
This
mid
is
off.
this we have a couple good games and then just straight up terrible matchups.
Yeah.
Give me the Raiders. Give
Give
me
me
the
the
Raiders.
Giants.
The Giants are
Give me the
so
Giants.
look, the Giants are
They're
so
both
bad.
so bad.
Yeah, they are, but Anthony gave up on the Giants. He's starting the Raiders defense on Sunday. Anthony's so done with
Wow,
them.
that is wow. Toxic man.
I can't blame him. Like last week, what they missed like 3 kicks, and on top of that, they didn't even get positive passing yards. Like, how do you do that?
Wow.
It's it
Oh
was
my
it was
goodness.
a sad game. It was a horrible game. And then we got another good game going on. We got the Bills at Bengals Sunday Night Football. People are calling this the DeMar Hamlin game for obvious reasons. Um, this will be a good game. Looks like the Bengals are firing on all cylinders again. Give me the Bengals.
Bengals and who you said?
Bills.
Oh, give me the Bengals. I mean, I don't see the Bills do not win big time games at all. I
No,
mean, to
no.
me, they just don't. They don't. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah. And finally, last game of the week, Monday Night Football. We got the Chargers at the Jets. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers at Jets. Yeah,
Mhm.
give me the Chargers. Justin
Yeah.
Herbert, my quarterback, baby. Give me the Chargers.
Keenan Allen and newly acquired Austin Eckler on my team now.
Wow,
I'm
how
so
about this,
happy.
guys? Oh, wow, how about this, guys? Wow.
What happened?
3-0 Texas.
Whew, it's over. I'm just
Ground
saying right
ball
now.
that went through the dirt, went over the glove of Alec Thomas in the outfield. Wow. It went
Wow.
past his glove. He missed an easy ground ball.
We
Wow.
got
So the
all
pitch
right, we got
fires, ground ball in center field. Yeah, wow. Where's him?
we got like 30 seconds left. So I figured that those are our picks right there. I think we talked over everything. So I figured close it out here.
Yeah, let's close it out, guys. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
watching. This has been Chef's Take. And
Mhm.
yeah, until the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.